You're fast. A friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't past it.
I know how you feel.
Somebody's been running around town raving about a colony ship. Plague must have gone into their brain matter. Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources. Thanks. I'll see to it that this medicine gets to the people who need it.
No.
Here, something for your trouble. Nothing personal, but I hope we never do business together again. Don't want to make a habit of consorting with smuggler types. You do have some cheek on you. Lucky for you, I kept a little contingency fee in case you tried to negotiate with me. Somebody deserving. Silas on account of him being out in the cold. Amelia seeing how she's around people all the time. Anybody in the sick room?
Obrigada. Tá ruim? O que foi? Quem? Não é o Batata, é a Petitu.
Somebody's been running around talking about the Hope. Wonder if that's a new drug of some kind. You what? But why? I was dependent on you. Does it feel good? Robbing an old man of his last shred of hope? Betray a man in his final hours? Of course. I understand. Hell, I'd probably do the same to you, given the chance. So, you just here to watch me die, or what?
Put that down! Are you crazy?
Where are we headed?
Been eating nothing but salt tuna for a year.
I've never actually been in here. Seemed scary from the outside.
What do you think you're doing? Do what you want, I guess.
Meu Deus! Eu esqueço que pegar dos outros aqui é roubar.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free. As a Spacer's Choice constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller. As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity. His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual? I am obliged to warn you against forming acquaintanceships, friendships, partnerships, or any felicitous relationship with a wanted criminal. I am also obliged to inform you of our referral program. For every criminal you refer to the authorities, the board will reward you. I am obliged to remind you that questioning the veracity of the board's orders is a punishable offense. Consider this your last warning. Unfortunately, the arrest of Mr. Wells falls outside my authority. I enforce the company policy of Spacer's Choice in the region of Emerald Vale. Wells is wanted by the board. If you have information related to the location of Phineas V. Wells, you are required to submit that information to your nearest board authority. I represent Spacer's Choice. Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which is itself a member of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Board. Also, I specialize in processing fingerprints, so unless you're carrying Wells's finger on you, there's not a lot I can do for you.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing.
I used to skip rocks in the river till Constable Reyes ticketed me for unlicensed terraforming. I thought she was jealous. She don't know how to skip rocks her own self. Here they come! I've always wanted to poke around in here. Incoming!
Performing an air. Sweeping.
Mr. Thompson said to talk with Miss McDevitt before doing anything here? Yeah, huh? Here they come! Everyone all right? Here we go! Where are we headed?
Huh? Hear that?
Everyone all right? I don't know anybody. Here we go! I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
Aoba, noite feliz iniciada. E aí, amigo? Por que tá vermelho isso aqui? Será que é minha roupa? Como tá o jogo? Tô gostando. Queria saber como que eu faço pra ir pra tela dos meus companheiros. Ah, achei. Tá, poxa, a mina tá tunada agora.
Where are we headed?
Cheio de mina, velho. Querem lidar com o pro play de cast e levaram bala. Pior que eu sou meio ruimzinha ainda de mira nesse jogo. É um tiro besta. Será que tá aqui o livro? Não. Gastei os bre... Tá. Limpei os bre... Abri o negócio à toa. Hã? Ah, eu vou voltar aqui quando eu estiver fazendo essa missão. Agora a minha missão é outra. Mano, pior que eu chego nas minhas missões sem querer. Eu entrei numa missão sem querer. E aí eu perdi a chance de falar com a menina.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Heard Marauders got in.
Just between us, Wilson deserted. Lost his nerve. Ran off in the thick of night.
You kidding me? Damn. Always thought he was made of sterner stuff.
I think he was plagued. Guess he didn't want to die in the sick house.
Plague? Ah, shit. I had some of the salt tuna.
You moron.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still in casket.
Something to report? We pay by the finger. What do you have for me? Gil Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. Duly processed by a freelancer on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I remember him. He was just a kid last I saw him. Shame. I'll just need your signature here, 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 and here. Got any more fingers for me?
Yes.
Mabel Burgess. Age 37. Right or left-handed? Let's just say no longer applicable. I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Guess she couldn't keep her hands off her patient's medicine. Still one outstanding bounty. If you've got a finger, I've got the paperwork. Here we are. Bertie Cotton. Cause of death. Let's just say overwhelming physical trauma.
Yay,
Bert
Carlos.
was the local preacher before Max took over. Always was quick to remind us that we all get what we deserve in the end. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint ink. Here's all the compensation you've earned, plus a bonus. You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you. Congratulations.
Ô, louco.
Let me stop you there. It is official Spacer's Choice policy that all Marauders, regardless of prior affiliation to the Spacer's Choice brand, no longer qualify as our people. Marauders are folk who lost the will to keep working, wandered out into the wilds and gave into their baser instincts. Not everyone's cut out to work in Edgewater. Some turn deserter, some turn Marauder. None of them get my sympathy. Everybody likes adrenatime. It is the finest medical drug ever developed by Spacer's Choice. Much better than that crap anti-Cleo pedals. Sure, a little too much adrenatime can bring out the violent animal in you, but if overdosing on adrenatime turns you into a lunatic, you have only yourself to blame. Says so right on the warning label. Violent psychosis is a well-documented and legally accounted for side effect of adrenatime.
Deixa eu abrir o chat. Somente Max. Somente Max. E o portão do Baldur?
What's on your mind?
Eu não comprei
Sometimes I
ainda.
wonder what I'm doing with myself.
Qual é a minha missão agora? Tô querendo comprar portando pra outro também. Não é ruim não, mano. Só que tem que ter muita paciência. É jogo por turno, odeio. Gosto de RPG assim, ó. Eu bater e os caras me bater, foda-se.
Something I can do for you? Yeah? What about him? Well, yeah. It's what I'm contractually obligated to do. What's this about? Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we was supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away. Vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders. Or he rose from the dead. Let me know if you find anything. You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Well, suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another. Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy. I needed his fees because of his name. A, for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see? Yeah?
Pronto, mais uma missão completa. Agora vamos fazer essa daqui. Cadê? Pra lá. Walking my way downtown, walking fast. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. And I miss you. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Meu Deus! Meu Deus! Nunca mais eu mexo com esses bichos. Ah, não acredita. Ai, que bom. Engasou aqui.
Where are we headed? Easy.
Any progress on that matter we discussed? Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this... French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn. Well, yes. But I assure you, it was not for personal gain, only for the greater good. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted. Yes, you're right. Such are the workings of the equation. And I've only my own hubris to blame. I certainly never planned for this contingency. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew.
O que eu ganho com isso?
Free spiritual counseling, someone to watch your back, not to mention a grown-up in the party.
I'm 28.
Exactly. I'm pretty handy with a toss-ball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well. Of course. I'm a vicar who is dedicated to his calling. More dedicated than any other you'll find in this colony. I joined the OSI to help decipher the grand plan. But instead, I ended up the vicar in a prison due to ignorance and politics. Then I came here. Satisfied? It's the journal of one of the originators of the Philosopher's School of Thought, though it would be more than a century before it was perverted into that belief system. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of that came later. Bakonu had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Fantastic. Let me get my things in order and I'll catch up with you.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery, and to leave this place behind. I shall see you on the ship, Captain, whenever you're ready to leave Emerald Vale.
Something you need?
Colony. Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. You did? Well, color me impressed, soldier. Wish I had a dozen recruits with your gumption. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer, a weapon to strike fear in their cold, mechanical hearts. Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden all these years. Sharp, ain't it? The lavatory is the very last place a mechanical has need to enter. On the double, soldier. Don't want the bartender poking around in there with a mop.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
What?
Only the quotas.
If only McDevitt's folk hadn't abandoned us. Cannery could use those extra hands.
Nothing we can do about that.
Sure there is. We can have another zero-G.
Where are we headed? In the bar? When I asked if you were a drinker? Sorry. I know, it's none of my business. It's not like I think it a failing, mind. It's just I live right across the road. Most nights I watch folks out my window. When they come in here, they might be happy or sad. Mostly they're tired. When they leave, they're mad at themselves. Or they stumble into the alley and I listen to their hearts breaking. There's been scary nights, but Constable Reyes is right up the road. She keeps an orderly town.
Cara, eu não costumo beber, né, na vida real. Eu bebo uma coisinha de nada e é isso. E a Ramina não bebe. Tem que pensar como ela pensa, né? Não sei por que eu tô com duas armas de... 3 armas. Vou colocar uma dessa e... Pronto.
Bring us honor, soldier. Feast your eyes, soldier. This here's a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit, designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical discharge. I call it the Hand of the Law. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? You stick a couple thousand volts in its guts. With compliments from old Ludwig. There's a workbench right through this door. Attach that unit to your favorite weapon and go forth into glorious battle. Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. I'm talking about the old geothermal plant. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction. You'll need to get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module. There's the rub. If a mechanical breaks down, the logic module fries, so you can't rip one out of its course. You're gonna have to find an intact model somehow.
I don't reckon so. I work with gears and pistons and such. Stuff you can put hands to. Computers and mechanical brains are outside my ken.
You know, she names the mechanicals she fixes. Calls them Bess and Clancy and so on. Keep a careful eye on her. Could be a sympathizer. If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of zero-G to your memory.
Something you need?
Nossa, para um mapa de RPG é... Mas tá bom. Geralmente mapas de RPG são enormes, dá até canseira nas pernas. Deve ser um jogo então relativamente curto, né? Pra ter um mapa tão pequeno assim. Ah, eu esqueci de colocar minha arma de choque.
System. Beginning security patrol.
Okay, keep it quiet.
Search concluded. No dissidents found.
Martelinho do Torby. Pois é.
process security.
Incoming! Porra.
Terminating security search. Oh.
Incoming!
Resetting stress level. Self-diagnostics complete. Navigation systems operational. Combat systems operational. It's not the best choice. It's the spacer's choice. Hostile actions towards spacer's choice mechanics are contrary to logical directive. Conclusion: all hostile automechanicals must be defective in compliance with spacer's choice policy. All defective automechanicals must be permanently dismantled. Please allow me to assist. Affirmative. Mechanicide protocols loaded. Awaiting confirmation.
Something you need?
Unexpected.
Incoming! Wow! Not even a crack! Isso é uma jiboia? Meu, que lindo. Olha isso. Levei dano. Sim, que vista. Pois é. Mano. Queria que a Terra tivesse uma vista dessa. Seria incrível. Obviamente a Lua tão perto assim da gente iria ter vários desastres e coisas assim do tipo, mas seria lindo ver ela assim. Incrível. Opa, vamos?
Bring us honor, soldier. Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it, then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the Resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
A bancada permite o conserto, melhoria e modificação das armas e armaduras, mantendo você pronto para o combate e em ótima forma o tempo todo. Em cada tela, comece selecionando a arma ou item de armadura que você quer trabalhar, depois escolha o que deseja fazer. Consertar, desmontar, programar peças, ok. Ah, vamos desmontar algumas pistolas, né? Como que eu faço pra consertar? Não tá dando pra consertar? Ué? Ah, tá. Eu sou cega, tá? Ajuste? O que que é o ajuste? Vamos ajustar tudo. Ah, vou desmontar o que eu não uso, né? Isso aqui. Isso aqui. Isso aqui. Isso aqui. Esse aqui. Esse aqui. Esse aqui. Esse aqui. Esse. Esse aqui parece ser interessante, eu vou manter ele. Vou colocar no lugar da pistola. Foi sem querer, amigo. Será que você pode sair? Obrigada. Fecha essa... Tenha um bom dia. Deixa eu ver qual é a minha missão agora. Eu queria falar com a mulher. Ah, ela ali, ó. Olha. Ah, mano, o cara deu mole. A Ramina cresceu nas ruas, meu filho. Pra ela deu mole é vapo. Ela não tem esse senso de, ah, foda-se, vou roubar, sabe? Ela não tá nem aí. Se você deu mole, ela passa a mão. Ela gostou de uma espada que você tem. Você deixou na mesa. Enquanto você tá bêbada, ela vai pegar pra ela, foda-se. Que rata. Ah, mano. É que assim, pelo menos na lore dela, né? Ela é assim. Tanto que... Tô bem, tá? Não me assustei, não. Ah, tá. Tipo, não é como se ela fosse uma cleptomaníaca, saca? Tipo, tem necessidade de roubar o tempo todo. Também não é assim. É só que se você der mole, é vácuo. Ai. Ela tinha que roubar pra sobreviver. Ninguém dava comida pra ela e os caramba quatro, então... É como ela aprendeu. Ela cresceu assim, pegando o que ela queria.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Oh, hey there, friend. Wow, a new face. Oh, we're getting popular. I'm Thomas. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Olha,
you,
querendo roubar a mulher
are
dos
things
outros.
safe out here? How you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no. I'm just along with this lady here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town. Well, what I meant was you're reasonably well armed and don't look stricken with plague. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well,
Gado. Sim.
lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
Saia daí, Kira.
I wish I knew. I wagered the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the third's gone, I can't say.
Ah, meu filho. Eu espero
I'll
preço
pay you
justo
for
pelo meu
every
trabalho.
pad you bring me. If, by some miracle, you can bring me the full set, I'll give you something pretty I've been saving for a lucky day. Would you? I'd be grateful. What's on your mind? Luck, mostly. Nothing's needed serious repairing yet. Nothing's broken down that we can't just replace with something scavenged from the outskirts. Oh, I can swap out a water filter or charge up a battery and go on pretending I know what I'm doing, but the moment I'm asked to do any real engineering, I'm in trouble.
Something you need? He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda. He never told me a word to that effect. And since he didn't, I didn't have to say nothing about feeling different. And nothing had to get weird. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him.
Porra, levei chifre, mano.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Os relacionamentos que só existem na sua cabeça. Cara, nunca foi tão desrespeitada na minha vida.
Where are we headed?
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans? Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Herói pra você, talvez, né?
A hero to the people who matter. To us. To the ones who come around. To the ones you save. Reed will never understand. He has been too long inebriated on the wine of corporate culture. All he sees is productivity, output, profits. Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives. You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
Ah, tá.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Yeah, huh?
Se parar pra pensar, os caras tão em peste lá, blá blá blá. Já estão com o pé na cova. Que você tá rindo, Eric? Opa, bom?
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too. Something I can help you with? Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
Caraca. E esse revólver? Vou vender umas coisinhas aqui pra ele. Isso aqui, isso aqui, isso aqui. Isso aqui. Isso aqui. Isso. Isso também. Também. Tchau, tchau. Tchau, tchau. Tchau, 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 tchau. E tchau. Você comprava a pistola, mas eu não tô usando, ó. Se bem que eu podia colocar no lugar desse bicho aqui, né? Fazer isso, então.
Something I can help you with?
Vamos lá, vender. Aí eu vendo esse aqui, né? Esse. Vou vender essa pistola também, porque eu não vou usar mais. E aí eu compro a arminha dele. Nossa. A mira que tem. Caralho, você viu o capacete que tinha ali dentro? Vou colocar ele. Olha! Ô! Tô parecendo um rei, eu, hein? Essa daqui eu vou dar pra Parvar. Aqui, ó. $142, 120. Pervert. I'm a perv. Why? Só porque eu roubei o cara? Tudo bem, moça? Você se importa se eu olhar sua casa? Muito bonita. Com licença, viu? Bosta. Você não viu isso?
Yeah, huh?
É, exatamente. Sim, oi? Exatamente. Você não viu isso? Você se importa se eu entrar na sua casa? Obrigada, viu? Muito gentil. Essas aqui não dá. Tá, vamos pegar os 3 breguecinhos. Sabe o que eu queria? Saber como que eu vou desviar a energia pra eles. Já fiz. Por que que dava certo e agora não dá? Será que tem que pegar mais distância? E aí, Jeremy?
Mechanicide protocols currently active. Please do not disregard.
O que eu fiz? Eu queria saber o que eu fiz. Não vou mexer mais em mais nada porque eu fiz uma missão sem querer da outra vez. Smoking cigarettes on the roof. Ué? You look so pretty and I love this view. We fell in love. Cara, cai na água, mano. Como que eu me machuquei? Nossa, eu achei que eu tivesse visto um dragão ali em cima. Mas acho que é só impressão. Como eu faço pra subir lá em cima, será? Ué. É pra lá que eu tenho que ir. É tão melhor poder dizer que eu sou o seu xodó. Ai. Ai. Achei que eu ia quebrar as pernas de novo.
Somebody's been spinning a tale about a lost colony ship. Talk like that'll get you reported real quick. I paid his burial fees, didn't I? Let the dead sleep. I don't understand. I found Eugene's body. I know the guy shot himself. Wait, are you telling me he was murdered? He was plagued? Oh, law, that's awful. I helped carry his body out. I could have been infected. This is all a little too much for me to take in. But I guess if Eugene wasn't a suicide, our town won't have to pay a penalty. What's on your mind? Yeah? Didn't anyone ever tell you not to go rifling through other people's correspondence? Excuse you. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein already belong to Spacer's Choice. And we're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. Never mind. I don't have to explain myself to you. What's on your mind? Foreman Granger.
Atira nela. Caralho. Você não viu isso?
Something you need?
Isso, exato. colocar essa pistola no lugar da que eu comprei. Ah, tô. A minha dá... Ah, não, a minha dá mais dano. Mas deixa eu ver como que é. Da hora. O que eu tenho que fazer? Eu já esqueci. Ah, tá. Cadê o Silas? Ele fica mais pra cá. Vou falar pra ele quem roubou. Cadê ele? Ah, nossa!
Something I can do for you? Yeah?
É, eu acho que eu precisaria conseguir provas, né? Pra falar que foi ela que roubou. E não os saqueadores. Oxi. Eu, hein? Não consigo passar por aqui.
You can see the whole world from here. Yeah, huh?
Se eu cair aqui eu morro, né? Mano, isso é muito foda. Uma lua aqui e uma lua aqui. Tá calor aí? Bastante. Eu mal subi lá em cima e já suei.
Not real. You're not real.
Oxi.
Not real. You're not real.
Who's not real, bitch?
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Tá preocupada comigo?
Something you need?
Cadê teu boyzinho?
Got it. Heads down.
Sister,
Here they come! Don't mess with
Phantom! You're not real! You're not real! Get away from me, Phantom! Shoot! Scram!
Oxi.
Most people? But I'm the only one left. No. Remember your first rule, Higgins. No arguing with the Phantoms. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting. Clearly, I mistook you for one of the phantoms of my imagination, which terrorized me on occasion. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna critic, Aetherwave personality, chairman of the board, galactic defender, Sisty Pig tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant. Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out. Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides. Braised, boiled, charred, skewered. Sprats are good eating, friend. Chock full of brain food. I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section. Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons. You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead. Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you. The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy. Forgot what you were gonna say? Me too.
Ai, ai. Que foi que você tá rindo aí, Eric? Ai, que saco. Cheguei. Chegou. Do nada, velho.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one. Some of my camp wandering out for another. You want to try standing outside in the heat, keeping your sights open for the next Marauder raid? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if Marauders got to her. I've crossed off my share of Marauders. This ain't about them. I go looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended, seeing as I'm the only one of us who knows her way around a gun. Hence my dilemma. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does. She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere. Appreciate it. Honest.
Any luck finding one of those manuals? No kidding. Really? Well, which one? Look at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. One datapad's enough to guide me down my newfound path. Just remember, I got something saved for you if you find me all three. Well, don't keep me in suspense. Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole datapads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment. Well, don't keep me in suspense. The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati, I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Something I can help you with? You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off. Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions. Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her. Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd. Hey, I got time. I'll help if I can. The other day, I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day.
Yeah, huh?
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways. What, you mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong. I'm great at clarifying. No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit. I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. It must be my natural charisma. I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it. I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so
encontrando a
I'm
Nash,
stuck with
mano.
them. I've got all the time in Halcyon. I doubt that. Nobody in that camp really cared about me. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Also, he could carry on a conversation, unlike these hooligans. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
É tão melhor você dizer que eu sou o seu xodó. Ó.
What is it? I'll tell you what I can. What is it? We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway? You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Where are we headed?
Tadinha da galinha, mano. Foi sem querer, véi. Tinha um amigo no DayZ que sempre via a galinha, parava tudo e matava e ia embora. Que dó, mano. Ah, mano, não acredito que eu dei. Ai, véi. Até agora eu não entendi se a raça que tá aqui é humana mesmo, saca? Tipo, eu sei que eles parecem com humanos, falam inglês e o cara tinha compreensão de francês, tipo, falou, ah, esse livro tá em francês, não sei o quê. Mas até agora eu não entendi se eles são seres humanos mesmo, sabe? Ou se é pessoas que parecem humanos.
Unexpected. Unexpected notification. Everyone all right?
Cara, eu não quero redirecionar errado, véi. Eu quero redirecionar pro acampamento dos desertores. Como que eu faço pra ir pra lá?
Let's go. If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil? Where are we headed?
Processing, sir.
We got this! Watch out!
Ah, vai, você. Não. Não vou aceitar, não. Meu Deus. Que horror. O cara foi decepado, velho.
Once we do this, there's no going back.
Para de me deixar nervosa.
Something you need? Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Ah, mano, eu tô me sentindo no Life is Strange sem voltar no tempo, véi.
Something you need?
Ixi, a Adelaide tá aqui. Ah, não, tá não. Qual é a minha missão? Será que eles vão querer me matar? A Zoe.
Home is where the heart is. Marauders took that saying a little too literally.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it? You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick.
Essa Vena me
We had a
desce, não
store
gostei
of
dela.
medicine locked away. But Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left.
E se eu matar o Reed e colocar ela?
Much of the story as you need to hear.
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or are you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together. Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater.
É porque assim, amigo.
Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients. I have got a means to cure the plague, and I will not share that cure until Reed leaves town. Those are my terms.
E depois ela fala que eu sou uma cobra, né? Ela podendo curar um monte de gente. Ela podendo curar um monte de gente e não quer fazer isso por egoísmo puro.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery.
É porque assim, eu entendo ela, sabe? E o Reed, ele é muito, tipo, ditador, saca? Ele força as pessoas a ficar trabalhando mesmo doente. Isso desde o início do jogo ficou bem claro. Então, ela já não. Ela já é mais, entre aspas, democrata. De uma forma muito idiota e quebrada. Mas você vê que todo mundo aqui tem comida, todo mundo tá bem, tá tranquilo. E lá no Reed, não. A administração dele é muito porca. Ela, eles por serem um acampamento, tá muito mais organizado do que uma cidade, que era pra estar muito mais.
You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adeline's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater and I'm as good as dead to her. You know where to find me.
Tá, eu vou então lá. Vou tentar convencer ele a renunciar. Se ele não quiser renunciar, eu vou matar ele.
Here they come!
chatão, o cara correndo de mim. Até parecia pega-pega.
I think you did the rightest thing you could sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for, even if they don't care much for me.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts? Go ahead. Can we not? Talking about unpleasant things always gets my bile up. If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. I can't save everyone. So I have to choose. Adelaide's son was barely competent. I treat him with our medical rations, and it looks like I'm playing favorites. Now, I will not pretend to understand the suffering Adelaide must have felt on account of losing her child, but she is not the only one to have felt such suffering. I wish she had
Aí, tá
stayed with
vendo?
us.
Ele escolhe quem tem
Adelaide
que
left us
viver,
when we
sabe?
needed
Isso
her
é muito
most.
idiota.
I appreciate what you... Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes, but I have done my best for this town. I have been holding this town together with both hands. You can't just expect me to leave. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home. Unless you can demonstrate to me that we are helpless without it, I see no reason why I should stand down. I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic.
Olha isso, é muito idiota.
You are disparaging our parent company, and it is not appreciated. We are a Spacer's Choice Saltuna cannery. We eat Saltuna here, and only Saltuna. Processed, liquefied, retextured Saltuna rendered in a chemical bath.
Aí, tá explicado porque que eles estão doentes.
Well, mostly Saltuna. We've been experiencing a Saltuna shortage, you see. So we've had to improvise. We've added wood chips, some mushrooms, bit of sand, tossed some canid bits in our processor once. It all tastes like Saltuna in the end.
Meu
Health is a
Deus.
state of mind, friend. Afflictions in one's body are reflections of afflictions in one's work
Nossa, eu vou
ethic
matar
and
esse cara,
attitude.
velho, se ele não renunciar agora.
Now listen, I do not know what pretty rhetoric Adelaide has fed you, but plagues are a simple fact of life. I don't understand. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse. You will excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil? And when you say special fertilizer, you mean what exactly? Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? That's... Come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance. What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's Choice property long after its date of expiration. I was wondering about those missing bodies in Silas's cemetery. You're right. I am being obstinate. If the best thing I can do for this town is to stand down, then stand down I shall. If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me. I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy. I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend to crop. She's what this town needs. A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them. No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement. I don't know. I could see myself lasting a week. Put that away. You're making me nervous.
Something you need?
Bom, não precisei matar.
Where are we headed?
Que merece, merece. Pois é, tipo, depois que ele foi falando, eu entendi os motivos dele. Mas é aquilo, né? Sempre tem dois lados da moeda, nunca é só um. Só que ele não tava fazendo as escolhas certas. O cara preferiu alterar a comida e dar só um tipo de comida para as pessoas e acha que elas não vão ficar doentes. É muita crueldade isso, é muita burrice. Selecionar quem merece ou não ter suprimentos de medicamento. Quem trabalha mais é o que vai receber o remédio, sabe? É ridículo, isso não é justo. Sei lá, não achei justo. Você viu, tipo, apesar dos pesares, ela foi uma boa líder. Então eu pensei, tá, se eu transferir pra cidade e fazer ela ir pra lá e ela liderar, talvez dê bom. E foi justamente o que eu fiz e deu certo. Quer dizer, vamos saber, né?
Look at that. The snake's come back. I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward. You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Aí. Até ela entendeu meu plano.
That was a good thing you did, Captain. Helping to bring the deserters and Edgewater folks back together. I hope you rest well on that.
Eu estou. É, gata. Finalmente.
Food's bound to spoil at this rate.
Meu plano deu certo, hein? Achei que ia dar merda. Eu sempre faço merda, tô feliz. É boa essa arminha até, ó.
Everyone all right?
Parece, trouxa.
room. I'm going. I'm on my way.
Ada! Cheguei.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling. I worked on the occasional supply coach in need of repairs. Once I built a little model craft out of spare parts, but Mr. Thompson found out and I had to take it apart. I want to ask you something, and you can say no, but can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think? Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain. Where are we headed?
E aí, Vigário Max? Você é meu xará de outra vida. Aqui eu sou Ramina.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders. What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Acho que eu já fiz todas as missões, né?
Yeah, huh?
Será que dá pra matar ele? Tá, vambora, vai.
Welcome back, Captain. Also...
Será que esse mapa era só a introdução?
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. Good, great, excellent. Let's move on. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her. Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Culkelly. Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the Hope. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design. Cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time.
Esse gato é louco. Meu reflexo é do Homem-Aranha, cara. Eu salvei agora a minha CPU. Deu pra ouvir? Ou não? Sai daqui! Mano, meu reflexo agora foi do Homem-Aranha, juro. Deu pra ouvir? Só um barulhão? Mano, ele foi subir em cima dos breguetes aqui. Na hora que foi cair... Meu Deus, eu segurei, tipo, eu tava prestando atenção na TV, eu só vi ele pulando. Sabe quando você vê por reflexo? Misericórdia. Mano, eu salvei meu gabinete agora, de verdade. Meu Deus. Sim, eu segurei ele no ar, juro.
I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
Tá mudo? Teste. Teste. Esperar você falar no chat pra ver se mutou. Ah, tá.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab.
Caramba, então
And
a live tá bem
remember,
atrasada
don't
pra você,
trust
né?
the
Ou não?
board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Mano. Peraí, deixa eu mandar uma foto pra Fierce. Cara, eu sou apaixonada nessas coisas, amigo. Olha, mano, seria lindo se a Terra realmente tivesse um anel. Cara, olha as estrelas que a gente tava vendo. As estrelas não, as luas. Mano, muito lindo. Deixa eu pegar lá o negócio. E pensar que tanto tempo de jogo foi só pra... Sim, cara. Eu pensei que, tipo... Eu até falei, né? Nossa, mapa pequeno pra um RPG. Eu estou... pasma. O manto holográfico projeta um disfarce em você e seus companheiros que concede acesso a áreas restritas, desde que você tenha o cartucho de identificação correto para a área. As áreas restritas estão fora dos limites para pessoas não autorizadas. Invasores são fuzilados assim que vistos. Ah, tá. Isso aqui é tipo o... Ai, não quero ler tudo isso não. Sinto muito. Caceta. Mano, olha isso, velho. Tá, quais eram minhas missões? Gladys. Cadê meus companheiros? Deixa eu perguntar pra Ida.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I... The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate.
Okay,
Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear? Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice.
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified jingle their favorite song. Why was the chemist sad? Because all her beakers are gone.
Essa foi boa, gostei. Piada de nerdola. Gostei.
As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders.
Foi boa, foi boa.
I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely. I require a captain to pilot the ship. Without an identified captain or crew, I serve no purpose. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design. Oh, I know you are not the same Captain Alex Hawthorne who died in Emerald Vale due to excessive internal and external bleeding. I required you to assume Hawthorne's identity in order to sync your commands to my interpretation protocols. I've since registered you as the captain of the Unreliable. You're welcome to continue lying about your identity if you wish, but I know the truth. I am relieved to hear it, Captain. No, but I am programmed to put you at ease by saying so. If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was.
Okay.
How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony would you like to discuss? How can I be of assistance?
Preguiça.
Take care. I require a functioning captain to run the ship.
Mas eu já olhei, não já? Cara, o que eu gosto desse RPG é isso. Desse RPG é isso. Só foi falar. ele ajuda... Ele não deixa a gente perdido, sabe? Tipo... Descubra o que você tem que fazer. Ele mostra e é isso. A gente não precisa... Que susto. A gente não precisa ficar se forçando, tentando...
I could probably spend years fixing this boat, stem to stern.
Oxe, eu não quero expulsar ela. Não tem nem pra que fazer isso.
Want to be a brand new you?
A reespecializar todos os pontos gastos em habilidades e talentos serão reembolsados. Dessa forma, você pode gastá-lo de uma maneira diferente. O preço da RE aumentará a cada uso da máquina. Não, não
Try
quero.
out our respecification machine. Alex installed it himself, right before he died.
Meu Deus. Essa é a terra que a gente tá.
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Let's talk when you're free.
Pode falar.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson? I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff. Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Ai, o chat coisou, peraí. Não consigo ler o texto que você falou, peraí. Ficou, cortou aqui. Mano, queria assistir, mas tá interessante. Mas vou me indo. Espero que esse jogo eu tenha pra Xbox. Tomara.
Captain. Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that. Yeah, huh?
Bye.
That's not the point. This
Quero...
halfway just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses?
Ai, meu pai.
You get cute with me again? You little back bay brat, I will toss you out of there.